So what exactly is gerrymandering? I'm going to tell you what it is, where the word came from, and how exactly does it work. Hola, I am Silvia Salazar, founder of Tono Latino, a progressive platform to inform Latinos in the US and encourage them to get more politically involved and vote. Turns out the word gerrymandering is completely made up. They put together the last name of a former Massachusetts governor, Gary, and the word salamander, combined them into gerrymandering, which is why you can't exactly translate to Spanish, for example. You have to explain what gerrymandering means. Gerrymandering is the practice of dividing congressional districts in an unfair way that favors one political party, over another. So let's back up and understand where this even comes from. Turns out that the government draws electoral districts to determine how many representatives for each state go to the House of Representatives, right? And this is all determined by the population. Those numbers come directly from the US Census that happens every 10 years. Right now, and since 1911, the House of Representatives has 435 seats. And this is super important because that way the people in a specific area or a state have a say into what happens in their government. Who draws those electoral districts? Well, in most cases, it is the state legislature. And unfortunately, in many cases, the party that is in the majority will draw the electoral district lines in a way that favors them unfairly. So let me give you an example of a made-up territory with a number of people where 60% of them are Democrats and 40% are Republicans. And in this made-up land, there are 5 representatives in the House. And based on those percentages, then 3 of those people would be Democratic representatives and 2 would be Republicans. I'm going to show you a way of dividing that territory fairly, and then I'm going to give you some examples of ways I could draw the electoral lines in very unfair ways. A fair way to distribute this territory would be like this.
Here we have a distribution of the state with 1, 2, and 3 Democrat representatives in the House and 2 Republicans. It's the fair way to distribute a territory with 5 representatives in the House and 60% majority Democrats.
This would be a fair representation of this made-up district. Now let's explore a scenario in which I, the state legislature, want all 5 representatives to be Democrats. Let me show you how that would be done.
Now let's do it in an unfair way. How could we divide this district so that it has 5 Democratic representatives in Congress? We could do it like this.
With a map like this, the Republicans in this territory are definitely going to feel like they have no voice in their government.
Another way to be a little bit less unfair is to do it with only 4 Democrat representatives and 1 Republican. And here's where we can get absolutely crazy. Even though only 40% of Republicans live in the state, we can give them the majority of the seats in the House for this particular territory. Give them 3 seats in the House and only 2 to the Democrats.
We don't have to feel like our hands are completely tied about this, though. We have some ways to defend ourselves. Number 1 is to participate in the census. So visit the link underneath this video, and as you're doing right now, you need to learn about how the redistricting process works, specifically for your state. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Subscribe to my channel and turn on the little bell so you get a notification every time I upload a new video.